Good morning. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Um, if you're new here, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to you and to invite you to consider joining my very small community of about 35, 40 um, subscribers. And of course, I would also invite you to not only hit the subscribe button, but the notification bell, and also what else? And also the thumbs up thingy, whatever that is. I hope I'm not responsible for putting that because I don't think I did. But yes, I would like to welcome you very warmly to my little YouTube community. If you are already subscribing, I would like to thank you very much for subscribing to my channel and for giving me your ear. Oh my gosh, the lipstick on the teeth. And and yeah, let's hope that you're having a wonderful day today. And even if it's not so wonderful, I hope that you will make it wonderful, because what I've come to realize in my not so tender years is that quite often it is our job, it's my job to make my day beautiful and wonderful, because usually people are not going to go out of their way to give you a beautiful day. You sort of have to create it, and to, in doing so, to be mindful of others. I mean, you don't sort of create your wonderful day by making other people feel bad, but you create it in a spirit of just generosity and love and open-mindedness for everyone. Now, this is a pro Meghan and Harry YouTube channel. Okay, so if you are sort of inclined towards the opposite of opinion about Meghan and Harry, of course you are still welcomed. But well, I was about to ask you to be considerate and not too toxic with the comments, but you will notice that I will be turning off all comments going forward, just because I find it takes up a lot of time to go through all of that negativity and toxicity that tends to just be sort of, splashed over my page when I put these videos up in sort of a spirit of open-mindedness. And so I think that I can spend my time more productively than responding to negativity, and toxicity and so on. So you are welcome to watch. I would love to have you, I hope, with an open mind, but I will be disabling comments going forward because I just don't think there's any point to it. Now, last point before I begin today's video is I do ask your forgiveness for having this very crumpled top on. It should be pressed, but since I'm not a fashion blogger, I don't think anyone should hold me to such a high standard. So things are going to be crumpled over here because I'm not big on ironing, okay? And so I hope you don't mind too much. So this first video today, I'm going to be doing 3 videos today. The first one is about, why does Piers Morgan hate Meghan Markle? And I find that phenomenon very fascinating. I mean, he clearly has very strong feelings about her. It seems they met in 2018 or 2016 or whatever it was, prior, yes, it's 2016, prior to her meeting Prince Harry. And they met at a pub in London, apparently, according to the reports I've heard, and even an interview that he did. And they had drinks in the pub for approximately 2 hours or so. And it is alleged that she had a few dirty martinis, and he had a few pints, and they spent 2 hours talking in this pub. And then after the meeting, he put her in a cab and he sent her on her merry way. And apparently that same night, from this cab, she went to another venue and she met Prince Harry. And after that, she ghosted him. And so he has never forgiven her for that. And it's interesting because I think that, so many women go on so many dates in their lifetime and they never hear from the guy again, right? And women are expected to just put up with that and move on to the next guy until they find their guy, Piers Morgan obviously already has his girl. He's a married man. So, in the first instance, a 2 hour drink date with Meghan Markle is very, very interesting. Now, I know at the time she was single, but he was very much married. So, the first question I have is why were they in a pub and were they alone, just the two of them, for 2 hours having dirty martinis and pints? Number one, for 2 hours. It's a long meeting. Apparently, they met on Twitter. She said she was a big fan. He was this big hotshot journalist in UK. So she went over to the UK one year to see Serena Williams play in Wimbledon. I just realized I'm not wearing makeup. I forgot to put on my makeup. I do have lipstick, but I don't have my powder. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I do this all the time. There's always something, right? I forgot to put powder. I hope it's not too dramatically weird for you. But anyway, um, so she was in the UK for Serena's tournament, the British Open or something like that, or Wimbledon, I don't know. And so she arranged to meet with Piers for a drink in this pub, and it was 2 hours. It's a long meeting. And then at the end of the meeting, as I said, it is alleged that he put her in a cab and she went off to meet Prince Harry, and she never spoke to Piers again. So Piers hates her to this day, and it's been what? It's now, well, 5 years, 2016. It's about 6 years, 6 years ago, and he to this day has not gotten over it. I think the reason that he hasn't gotten over it is because he's used to women wanting him and throwing themselves at him. Obviously, I mean, he's a big hotshot journalist. He obviously makes a very good income. He's not a bad-looking guy. If you look at him closely, he kind of looks like Meghan's first husband, Trevor. Trevor, what is his last name? Eggleston, something like that. He looks a lot like Trevor. Trevor is probably a little bit better looking than Piers, but Piers is not a bad looking guy, right? So women are going to like him, even if he's married, right? And he's used to that attention and he loves that attention and he prizes that attention. And so Megan was no different. You know, she was this up and coming actress at the time. She was not like a movie star, but she was on Suits and she wanted to meet. And so they met. And I'm sure that he thought that she was very attractive. I mean, it's not like me going for drinks with him and he's just like, holy fucking whatever, you know. Now, this was a very beautiful woman. I can't believe I just said that. Oh my God. That just came out. I curse a lot. I do curse a lot. So he's on this pub date, whatever you call it, and he's looking at this woman. She's just amazing. She's absolutely just drop dead gorgeous. She smells great. She looks great. Her hair's great. Her hands are great. Just everything is great. Her jewelry, her perfume, just everything is great. The outfit, everything. And he's just like 2 hours. 2 hours. I mean, you think about that for 2 seconds. 2 hours of drinks, dirty martinis or whatever she was drinking. And she's telling him what a big fan she is at least once in this 2 hours. I mean, you know, his ego was just like, you know, just being stroked and fed. And his imagination, I'm sure, was also just like, I mean, he was just giddy with like, oh my God, oh my God, you know? And that's a meme. And so he put her in the cab. He was a gentleman because nobody's a gentleman like a man who, you know, has never touched a woman and he's just like, you know, having all these ideas. You know, I'm not saying that Piers had these ideas, but I'm just saying he's a heterosexual man. And this is a very beautiful woman. So it would be unusual if he didn't at least have a little idea. It would be unusual, but I don't know. I'm not saying he had, you know, don't quote me on this. But I'm surmising that like his imagination was running wild and he was a gentleman because men are the biggest gentlemen before they have their way with you. This is a fact. I think every woman can attest to this. And then after they've had their way with you, then you see who they really are. In this case, I don't think Piers had the opportunity to have his way with Meghan Markle. And I think that really, but not only that, that's one thing to deal with. The other thing is that the reason for it is because she went off and she found a bigger hotshot man who was single on top of it and who loved her and married her on top of it. So it's like it made Piers this big. You know, I mean, before when she first met him, he was this big, like, oh my God, Piers Morgan, oh my God, oh my God, right? And then she met Harry, and it was just no contest between the two. And the ego of Piers's ego could not handle that. That's what I think happened. And, you know, they say, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. It's really men. It's really men. Don't scorn them. They can be pretty brutal. And that's it. That's what I think happened. So there you go. Subscribe.